hello, my dashers. So this will be my last live from my sticks and bricks. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So this week has been so full of I can't even begin to tell you. It's like every day I have been running around, running around, running around, running around. And it's just like, oh my goodness. It is insane to think how much I have done in 1 week. And I'm like, oh boy, I still can't believe I have, my head. Hey, Shay. Shay's in the house, everyone. Hey, hey, hey. It has been a busy, busy week. And if you've been following my shorts, I said I was, going to do a short every day to let you all know what was going on each day. Um, yeah, it has been insane. And there's Rose. Hi, Rose. Judith. Hey. Hello. Everybody's coming in early today. Woohoo. And there's Lori. Hey, Lori. I told you I'm not going to miss nothing. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Everybody's staying home. I can't do shorts yet. Oh, you will. You will shortly. Trust me. There's Rose helping me out with the links for everybody. Judith. Oh my God. It's so nice to see everyone so early. Thanks for showing up early. Yeah, it has been a crazy, crazy week. If you've been watching my shorts, you pretty much know. It's one thing when you have one house to deal with, but when I'm doing both at the same time, it's like, part of my time is there, part of my time is here. I had to get spray foam insulation, and then I stained and sealed the concrete floors, and in the home base garage. And then here I'm having to do the final clean out, final packing, final clean out, getting all the donations out, all the things like that. So as you can see, my house is literally, I mean, if you could see, like I have got things getting ready for the truck, which is tomorrow. It is the final big bulk day move. We're renting a 26-foot trailer from U-Haul, a truck, I should say, a 26-foot truck, to put all the beds, the nightstands, the tables, the couches, everything that I'm keeping in storage, in the shed. Everything is literally going into this 26-foot box truck. And then we're taking it all in one move. So all the big stuff. Now there might be a stray box here and there, but I can take that in rickshaw and no big deal. Fuzzy still has to go over to the new property. Now that the concrete floor has sealed, now I can bring her into the actual garage. So it has been so crazy. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Didn't get notifications for any shorts. Wow. Yeah, if you just go to my playlist, go to shorts, and they're all there. There are days, 1 through 7. I just uploaded day 7. And they're only a minute long, so that's kind of a good thing. So y'all can see exactly what I did each day since, Monday. I think it was Monday. I'm here for a hot minute, off to a barbecue with friends. Good. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Thank you very much for showing up. I do appreciate it, though. But hey, have a barbecue with some friends, because I can't wait when I can be chilling. Yay. How are you doing keeping up with Colorado? Have a great barbecue. Yep. Congratulations on the progress. It is crazy. I'm not going to lie. Having both buildings at the same time is really stressful, honestly, because I need all the things done at the home base garage because, I still don't have a garage door. So, but I've got the insulation. I just, it'll be in tomorrow's video, but I bought 2 window ACs that are like mini splits. So the condenser is on the outside and the actual head is on the inside, and the window comes down onto it. So it kind of splits it. So it's like a mock mini split, but it's not hung on the wall. It's actually out the regular window. So I got 2 of those to cool. I mean, because this Texas heat ain't no joke, people. I gotta have some. But that's in tomorrow's video. I am a day behind because, I have to film whatever and get everything out. So, pretty good today. Thanks for asking, Shay. Good. I'm glad you are always in my thoughts and prayers, Lori. Always in my thoughts and prayers. Ah, thank you. Yes, I am a veteran. So it is Memorial Day, so we think of those that have made the ultimate sacrifice, and we, honored them. So thank you, Rose. After this, you need a cruise and a camper vacation, and I am. I'm actually have to be in Rhode Island mid-June, so as soon as I get things settled, at Home Base Garage, I will hit the road and go see my son and my daughter in Rhode Island, and then I will be back. He wants to build out his truck into a camper van, so I'm going to help him with that, get him a bed and, make sure he has power and, get everything hooked up for him. So I want an invite. Yeah. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Welcome. Hey, CC Camper. Wow, I know. This week has been, it's hard to understand how things are going if I didn't at least put out the shorts every day that you guys could understand, like, things have to happen in a certain way at a certain time, because I have to juggle not only my sticks and bricks and the sale of my sticks and bricks and move out of it, because next week, Friday, is closing. And in the meantime, I have to get my home base garage set up for full-time living. So, all my things have to go over there. I still don't have electricity. The electric man came out to do the inspection of where it's going to come into the building, where the post is going to go, where the meter's going to go, all of that fun stuff. That's already been, but now it's just scheduling it to get from the transformer, which is just down my driveway, and get it dug up and put into the house onto the post. And then from the post, I go into the house where I can actually plug my rig into it, and I could live, because I'll have, outlets in there. I have my fridge, I have my stove. I still have my butane stove and stuff like that. So ultimately, it's going to be a New York loft for a while until I can raise funds and get funds for building out the building part, as far as sheetrock and, walls and things like that. So it's going to be a while. So it's going to be more or less like a New York loft. It's going to be all open, all one thing. I'm going to have a shower tent in there, and that's going to be my mock shower. I'm going to have my composting toilet, so all of that fun stuff. I spent one day doing all of the business stuff. So all my credit cards, my bank, my investments, all the things. I had to change my address. I have to go to the DMV and change the address and this and that. There are so many things that you don't realize how much you have that you have to change. I have to cut off the services for electric, gas, and water here in my name as of the 31st. So they have to know where to send the final bills and this, that, and the other thing. So there's so much that it's like, oh, it's overwhelming. So it was kind of nice, that you all see that the process is not just, hey, you're going to just move and pick up and go. There's a lot involved in doing that, especially when you're building on raw land. Now, building on raw land, I mean, you all have seen that, I had to clear it. I had to level it. I had to put a driveway in it. I had to get concrete. I had to put the building up. All this kind of stuff. Now, I had to stain and seal it. I had to get the windows in, making sure that they're all weatherproofed and the spray foam insulation to make sure that the heat doesn't transfer inside so I can actually stay cool. That was just home-based garage. Now, on top of that, put on the sale of your sticks and bricks, having to get everything done, doing the, minor fixes and this and that. Granted, they have it as is. So, I mean, technically I could leave it as is and, just vacuum up the dog hair and leave. And worst case scenario, that may happen because, they took off some money for minor repairs anyways. So might as well. So it's not really pressing that I get all the repairs done, like repaint ceiling and the walls and things. So for me, that's just the way it's going to go. And CC Kid. Thanks for your service and anyone who served. Yay. Thank you, Lori. I'm in Texas. Hot. It's muggy. It's not that it's hot. It's just, granted, it is in the 90s, but it's the humidity that kills you. It literally kills you. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Shay. Appreciate it. Aw, you guys are the best. Always, always. It's not mine this time. I'm going to eat and do nothing. Right? Hey, I am looking forward to the day that I am just going to veg. Like, there's nothing else I can do. And it was funny. I had a conversation with Carol from Glow, and literally, I told her, I says, when I move, I finalized and I moved into, the sticks and bricks. I'm taking 3 days. I'm shutting off the phone. I'm not doing a damn thing. I said, because mentally I am so exhausted, physically and mentally, and just going through everything. Right now, it's the 11th hour and I have to get everything done. And Friday's closing. Friday at 11 a.m. is when I go to sign this house away. And it's going to be a very sad time, as I said, this was the last venture that my mother and I had, but I know she knows the reasons why I'm doing it. It's not that I needed to sell, but it's because I have to. My goals are to be on the road full time, to do videos, 2 videos a week, and or more, if I'm trying to get into the whole daily, exploring van life daily, you guys get to see. It's not all pretty. There are things that are going to happen that's going to be fixed down the road, and how you're going to deal with it. Also eating, cooking and this and that and the other thing. So there are so many things that happen on the road that, I'm looking forward to it. So for me, it's all about the exploring it. And Mom knows that I've always been a person that wants to travel, that always wants to explore things. So I know she knows I'm doing this in the right way. So, but it's still, I'm going to cry. I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Everybody's saying hi. When you're on the road, hopefully you got away more than you thought for the house. Yes. They have been crazy. And believe it or not, we got above asking price. and a good amount over asking price because they wanted to lock in the house. And they hadn't seen that in over a year where people are paying above asking price. So I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with the outcome. Lucky and Zeus. Yep, we're hitting the road. I heard it's harder to buy raw land. This other girl I watched purchased 50 acres of raw land. Um, it is hard, but it depends on where you're living. Like if you're like, was it Lena and Aquila? They had like 40 acres in the desert. Thank God they hit a well. I mean, they had a good stream of water so they can live. Um, but I only have an acre. I'm not asking for a lot, but it's an acre. I'm not using an acre. Don't ask, maybe down the line, I will actually make pads out there and then rent those out as Airbnb for van lifers, strictly van lifers, not RVers. Those in cars and vans. And I think that would be more because there's nothing really for a van or unless, or it's more for RVs, Airbnbs, which I'm like, I'd rather have a car. I'd rather have not a fifth wheel or those kind of big rigs or things like that, but a small class B, just for class B camper vans and or cars. And people are traveling, they want to spend a night or two, and that's later on down. I've got a whole acre, and my acre is actually very thin. It's like it's squat and long. So I've got the whole frontage road that I could easily transform that. So that may be down the line. Is it going to happen real soon? No. I'm going to say no right now. But it could. Who knows? But I have that option. So I do have an acre. So, and I'm only probably using like 1/10 of it. But that's okay. Hey, Graham, my down under. Everybody's saying hi. Boop boop. Keeping up with Colorado. Brenda. Just hit the like button and hello and y'all. Hey, Ovangel. Zora, if I'm right. Zora. Yeah. I always say Tori for some reason. Don't ask me why. Zora. Everybody's saying Grant, every say hi. I just love it. You guys just thank you for the support because it's really I want people to understand that it's not just something that you can just waltz in. There are so many little nuances that are happening behind the scenes that you all don't know. And making the shorts actually helps me to keep record of, the last 11 days of my sticks and bricks on to a full-time van life. So I'd countdown to van life is what the series is. It's called Countdown to Van Life, days 1 through 11, 2 through 11, 3 through 11, whatever. And then whatever I did that day. Like, for instance, tomorrow's video will be the final move, packing for the final move. And that'll be day 8. Day 9 will be the move, because I will be packing up a 26-foot truck to take over tomorrow, to take over to the garage home base. No electricity. Luckily, my sister and my brother-in-law have electricity already, and there's literally a long cord that's going from the well all the way to the barn or to the garage where I can at least plug in a fan or whatever. So I'm hoping, that we get some clarification on Tuesday as to when the electric is going to actually be at my house. And my brother-in-law is very handy with electrical stuff. So he is going to put in a box for the van so I can plug my van in. And 2 outlets for the AC units that I'm going to have in there. And it's kind of a unique design, though. I mean, it's like if you've got your window, half of it sits on the inside and half of it sits on the outside, and your window comes down right the middle. So your condenser is outside and dehumidifying and dripping off the outside, and you don't really hear it on the inside because the inside is the actual condenser head. It's almost like a mini split but in a window. So instead of having the condenser on the wall and then outside down on the ground is where your condenser is, okay? So your head's up here and the condenser is down on the ground. This is actually together in one unit with the window split. So it's kind of a nice. And it covers, I think it's 12,000 BTUs for 550 feet. Now I have 1,300 feet in that garage home base. So at Dasherville. So between the two of them and the, 4.5-inch insulation on the roof, as well as 2.5 on the walls, that sticks right to it. So I'm going to be nice and well insulated. Don't have a garage door, but my brother-in-law is very handy. He's going to make a makeshift garage door until it comes. Now I'm still, researching the best options for that, where it'll be an ideal door, best insulation, but it has to be a 10 by 10 commercial door. But fuzzy will be on the inside, so out of the elements. Household, yes, 2 days. In 2 days. Yeah, and I got to move on. As I think mom will be happy, though. I think really down in my heart, I really believe she knows this is what I want to do. And again, my parents always, especially my father, will it make you happy? If the answer is yes, then do it. So that's why I think that's the only reason or the comfort that I know that they would be okay with it, that what I'm doing. Yeah, it's exciting and scared at the same time. It really is. I'm not going to lie. I've had, apartments and homes and things like that all my life. And now I'm moving into a van. Now, granted, I kind of have it better because it is a garage. So I can park the car in there and I'm able to insulate it and still have my bed in there and, everything else, but it's all open, completely open, no walls, except for the 4 walls of the shell. I'm going to be looking at, spray foam insulation for a while until I can afford to get drywall and 2x4s to build the frame and all of that. So, but I'm spending most of the time, I think, for the summer, I'll be up north, I'll be in the East Coast and north. I mean, I've got the sugar beet harvest in October. I think I'll come home for November and December. And then January, February, I'll be out in Quartzsite. January, February, March, maybe. And then come back for a couple months. And then, go north somewhere, California, or I don't know. Who knows? Best part about van life, I think what I want to do is there is a Route 66 route all the way up to Canada, starting down in, Arizona. And so I think I will probably do that Route 66 next spring. So by the time I get up to Canada way, it's going to be summertime. So I'll leave in April and make my way up and mosey my way up. I'll probably take the scenic Route 66 because it also goes through 7 national parks. So why not? Right? There's so many options. She's in Texas. Yes, Texas sucks. And it's in the desert. It's in the desert in Texas, really. Laundry day here. DeWalt battery operated vacuum cleaner recommend for any, really? Although it seems to work a lot better when the bride when the bride is here. Well, That happens, Graham. That's okay. You can deal. You're a guy. You can deal. You got this. You got this. I got 2 acres at the moment. Excuse me. Yeah, one's way more than enough that I need. I mean, really, that's 435 feet long and 100 feet wide. Honestly, that is way more than enough for me. I can't wait to be able to say I got an acre because that's still a lot. Yeah, it is. I mean, right now, it's where I am located. It's about 50,000 for an acre. And that's, undeveloped. So I had to clear it, knock all the trees down. It was what do you call it? It was a pine mill. So what they did is there are 30-year pine trees and they put them in rows, in rows and rows and rows. And then after 30 years, they cut it down and they use for pine planks. So my property has mostly pine. Now, granted, there's some oak and there's some, a few trees here and there, but for the most part, they're pine. And so the pine needles and everything else, I really had to clear all that out. Now, when you clear out the trees, especially and with the stumps, you end up creating a big divot. So if you don't fill that divot up, it becomes a lake, when it rains. And believe me, the last, month we've had enough rain here. As you can tell from some of my pictures that, you don't just see this, but my house is up, but it never got flooded and never had any moisture in the inside of the building during the heavy rains and everything. So I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I had to build it up. And then I put 2 feet of concrete in with cages and the whole 9 yards around it. It was insane. But yeah, it was insane. But you got to do what you got to do. Hey, Tim, my brother from another mother. Whoop, whoop. How we doing? Tim's here. I love it. I just love everybody knows already. It's so great. Thanks for your service, Tim. Yes, thank you. From one military to another, yo. Absolutely. Sophie is really... It's a really large garage. Eventually it will be a barndominium once I have the walls and the drywall up and all, the insulation and the electrical, I'll be wiring up the electrical boxes and things like that. Now, my brother-in-law does know how to do that, so he's going to get me started, but then I'm going to start wiring my own boxes and things like that. So, I'm going to learn how to do all of this stuff because I've always wanted to build my own place. So, I will be putting the frames up. I'll be putting the drywall, the insulation in between, whether it be blow-in or, the regular, fiberglass. I don't know yet. I'm still, if I can get Havenlock wool, I don't know. So I'm still kind of debating all that that's still a ways away because I need to get cash back into the account after spending everything. So that's what I'm doing. Absolutely. Thank you. Most $1 million homes, 800. Yeah. 800 square feet for $1 million in LA. Absolutely. You're supposed to do a weenie. You're supposed to do something. Not even camping in it anymore. Yes, exactly. I'll be camping indoors. Because either way, I will have my fridge, stove, and sink all on my rig. So yes, I will be camping inside my garage, basically. I'm not going to lie. Hey, Elsa. I do the Route 60. I think it'll be neat, but it has to be a summertime route because usually around, the end of March is when it starts to get really hot. down in Arizona. So if you start in March, by the time you get up to, Canada, it's going to be June, because I want to take my time. I'm not just going to stop here, wait, move the next day, move the next day. I mean, I'm going to spend a couple days and then go to the next one, may spend a couple days. I'm going to take my time because if I'm going to do it, why not? So that's what I'm going to be doing. Make my way all the way up to the Canadian border. Absolutely. That's on the agenda. Will it change? Who knows? I got all the time in the world after I, sell all this. Needs updating. You'll be able to back the van out, run the net across the middle, and have a game indoor tennis. I know, right? You could. No lie. Because as you've seen from the videos, it is open. It is so open. It is insane. I mean, y'all want to see it. Here, let me see if I can do this again. Let me see if I can get this to work. No laughing, y'all. Let's see if I can get this to work. Okay. All right, let's see if I can do it. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Because you know me, I like to change things up, right? And let's see. Here we go. Here it is. All done. It is literally an open bay. Now, is it plumbed? Yes. 4.5 insulation on the ceiling, 2.5 in the walls. I've got the windows in there and things for the back. I have my French doors to the back patio that is totally, what do you call it? It's an overhang. So it basically is enclosed, except I got 10 feet where I don't have to worry about that, which is kind of nice. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. And literally the car just goes right at the front there. Let me see what this says. Well, you better text me about it. I'm leaving California the last week of June. Oh, really? Well, I'll make my way up there. Because I will be up that way. So you're going to be up there in the middle of June, last week of June. Maybe on my way up to North Dakota, I could stop through Chicago. Yay, everybody's saying hi. Where are you going this time? Where's Tim going? Graham, behave. Graham. Never gets my anchor joke. Help her out, Tim. Okay, wait. Be able to back the van out, run a net across the middle, and have a game of indoor tennis. I get it. Maybe not. Graham, you're killing me. You're killing me. Killing me, Graham. It's hard to when you're watching your jokes, you can actually get it, but hey, I'm trying to moderate here, man. Back to Illinois, then travel towards oh, you're going to Maine? Because I'm going to be in Rhode Island. I'll be in Rhode Island. Yep. That's my advice. The fuel price is the way to travel shorter distance and stay longer. Exactly. And that's what I plan on doing. Because I mean the whole point of van life is to enjoy the journey. I mean, what is it what you drive 6 hours to somewhere, you stay for the night and then you keep on going? That's not van life. You got to enjoy your trip. So that's what I plan on doing. My mom buried up there and I have friends and brother and sister-in-law that live up there. Yeah, I'll be in Rhode Island. I have to be there for the 14th, but I'll probably be there the week before. Because Will is he got a cap for his truck, so he wants to build out a camper van. So I'm going to help him get a bed, have a pull-out drawer, make sure that he has a camping stove, and has I have an extra Blue Yeti that I'm going to give him. So I'll give him all that kind of stuff, solar panels, and hook him up a toilet, things like that. So he understands how van life works. He does drift events, so he drifts his car competitively. So, and it's more of a hobby. So he has a team that he's on. So I'm looking forward to actually watching one of his drift events on the 14th and 15th. It's a weekend event. So, yeah, looking forward to that. For sure, I'd love to do that trip with you, taking some time and going with the flow. I know, and that's just it, going with the flow. I mean, because honestly, you're out to van life for a reason. I mean, you don't have to push it. That's not the point. The point is to enjoy the journey. I mean, so I'm going to enjoy the journey. I mean, that's the whole point. Yeah, I might spend 2 days, 3 days in one place and then, okay, go to the next place and okay, what's up with this little town? This is kind of cool. All right, I'm going to stop here for a couple days and check it out. I definitely want to go to the national parks. There's 7 of them. I mean, hell, I might even stay 4 days, see what the national park and do some hiking trails or this or that and the other thing. I mean, it's going to take me a couple months to get, do that whole trip. And then, on the way back, hell, I might even go through Canada. Who knows? Why not? I mean, it's not like I have to be anywhere. So the only thing I do is I know I have to be here for November and December. I know I have to be at the beet harvest in October. Other than that, everything else is up in the air. Everything else is up in the air. Sky, it looks almost yellow here. Not a good sign. And then that's, I think, because Mexico was burning a lot of fields in Mexico, and that's the ash from it. So at least that is the way down here. How do you stop yourself from singing the Star Spangled Banner with the echo? With that echo. How do you stop? It's because do you understand why I have the echo? One, I don't have the regular mic that I normally use on. Okay, 1. 2, most of my things are gone. I mean, it's so bare in this house. It's like not even funny. And don't laugh because I can do the Star Spangled Banner. Don't even ask. 2 acres too. I'm loving the YouTube shorts. Oh, thanks, Miss Nut. I do appreciate it because I make them and I'm like, is anybody really watching them? I'm getting 16 views, 34 views. I'm like, oh God, maybe I shouldn't do this. But I told you I'd at least post the short so y'all know every day what's been going on. And especially this is what happens in the last 11 days before you become a full-timer. In Maine, that's my mom and friend's brother. Oh, nice. Keep an eye on that, Rose. A yellow and red sky is a real problem. Yellow or red sky is a real problem. Well, that's the ozone. Move fast. Not move fast. Missing your jokes, mate. Yeah, I am. Totally. But I know the funny part about it is because you make all these jokes and everything else, and I will go back and I will read them and go, oh, I'm so stupid. But yes, I get it. I know. I miss most but here's the thing, when he does it on Carol's live and I'm not, talking or, everything else, then I get them like straight on. And I think because I'm bouncing between comments and things like that. So it's kind of like, what? We're under a tornado warnings. Oh, we're under a heat advisory until 10 p.m. tomorrow. So not only am I moving, and we hired 2 people to help us move the heavy furnitures into the van. Yeah, we're under a heat advisory. Not great. The humidity. It's going to be 90, but the humidity is going to be like 70%, 80%. Like great. Freaking perfect, right? But that pretty much has been what has been happening. I mean, the rooms are really, I think the only thing left in both bedrooms are just the bed. Everything else has been moved out, and the office only has the 2 desks, and everything's been moved forward to the kitchen living room area. So we're staging it for moving into the truck, and also what's in the shed. So those are the things that are pretty much staged for tomorrow for the truck. And like I said, we have 2 guys. We hired 2 guys for 2 hours to help us load in. Deb and I, we can take our time and just, put it into the, just throw it in the corner for now at home base. So it doesn't bother me any. I can take my time and do that. But the time is the truck. You can only have it for a certain amount of time. Otherwise, they charge you, I think it was $122 for the day. And that was with, I think it was 130 miles. And since it's in-house, I can pick it up from the same place and drop it off at the same place. It's, that's what it's going to be. It's like $39. Yeah, but you pay 89 cents a gallon per mile. It's like, Jesus. So that's where they get you is the gas. Kind of stinks. They opened up the city storm shelters about, oh, really? Whoa. Be careful, Rose. If you hear a train coming, duck and cover. Get into the bathtub, get into a place, a closet that doesn't have any windows. I'm under blanket. 69 in Cali, really? Oh, I wish. We're in the 90s and the humidity is like 80%. Ugh. Did it. It's insane. The weather has been up and down and crazy and this and that. I mean, we haven't really got caught a break in the last week and a half. But luckily, my brother-in-law sprayed for mosquitoes. Mosquitoes were so bad because of the flood that we had. The water apparently stopped up the culverts. So therefore, I had a lot of standing water, which means breeding of mosquitoes. So he ended up spraying around my property and his property. So now, I mean, I can walk around and not be, I mean, if y'all can see, like I literally have gotten so bit up like crazy. My legs, my arms, no matter if I put on insecticide, bug spray, even with DEET, I don't care. They were still getting me. It was insane. So now that, I had one day where we worked yesterday with the staining and the sealing that It was so much nicer to just, not have the bugs at me. It was Brisbane quite years ago. When the sky came over really red, they let us knock off and go home. I no longer arrived at home when it hit, and we had hail-sized tennis balls. Really? They smashed everything. That's insane. Mother Nature ain't playing. I'm grabbing Scully and getting under the bed. I hear a train. Did you under the bed or something? I'd get to, somewhere that doesn't have any windows. Absolutely. 76 degrees at my house in Reno. Oh, see, in Rhode Island, it's around the 70s. I cannot wait to go to Rhode Island. I just want to get out of this Texas heat. That's why I'm close the house. I'm going to take a few days of mental leave me alone. Like decompress and, get myself together and my, bearings and everything else, that I'm not having to run around with my head cut off kind of thing. Just take 3 days to recoup from that, and then start packing for the trip to Rhode Island. And then I'm going to hit the road for Rhode Island, but I'm not going to do it in like 2 days. I'm going to take my sweet time and enjoy the trip all the way up, drive for maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, stop somewhere and, enjoy the city that I'm at or whatever, and just make my way up there. It's like I think it was a 26-hour drive up to Rhode Island. So I'm going to take my time. To all that in the bad weather. Thank you. Thanks, Tim. We need it. Yeah, that's San Diego. That's like San Diego. Oh, I'm a military guy. I clean local. Yeah, local weather quick. Yeah, but I tell you, this Texas heat ain't no joke. I need some good internet. Well, I mean, I've been doing not so bad with Nomad. But I mean, I'll see when I get to home bases at work or not. Yeah, 97 here. Yep, same here. Hey, Linda. Coastal Virginia, what's the temp over there? Pretty nice, probably. I can't wait. I'm headed out that way pretty soon. I'm going up the Appalachian Way. So I won't be doing 95 up the coast, but I'll be doing the Appalachian Way because it's just easier. And there's no tolls. I mean, I think I pay $1.25 for tolls when I get to the New York, but I don't have to pay. Literally, it was when I last did the tollway, it was literally $93 in tolls one way between Maryland and Connecticut. Like, are you serious? So the Appalachian Way, the only thing I have is one bridge, and it was like $1.25. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. But I don't have any tolls that way, and it's easier. The only thing is, make sure you bring yourself some gas, because there's a section in there that you don't see a gas station for like 60 miles. Hey. Only delays and many mozzie bits can be a real danger. Oh, serious. I know it's hard to do, right? But don't scratch. I know. It's so hard because, they're like literally, I try to do this, but it doesn't do it. Because they're vicious. They're vicious here. It's not even funny. But he sprayed, which is nice. So now when he sprayed, didn't see any. None. They love me. I mean, they flock to me. My brother and my father, even Will, nothing. They wouldn't even come near him. But me and my mom would literally get, polka dotted. Because they'd all come to us. I said I wanted to try Nomad. Yeah. I mean, I've had it now, but I've had it at a good city level. So I'm getting 4 bars. But out in home base, I don't know if I am. So I'll be bringing that. I miss the Cali weather. I do too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I used to live in LA, and I lived in the Bay Area for a while. So I lived in both areas. They were nice. It was nice. I got Starlink. I have Starlink also. So I'm going to see which is the better of the two. Because here's another thing that I have to consider. I'm in a metal building. So Starlink will probably be better because I can mount that to the roof and have clear skies, and it won't interfere with the metal of the building. It'll actually act as an antenna, if anything. But no-band internet is an inside router, so it kind of hinders it because it's inside of a metal building. I mean, I'd have to have it next to a window like close or something. So it's kind of crazy. So 66. I so miss those days. So miss that time. Thanks, Rose. One side, but so much different stuff about them. And I do too. The only reason why I still kept it was because I was able, there's no limit to pause the service. So I've paused it for a while, and it's still active. Just use it when you use it. But No-band only lets you pause the service for 6 months. So otherwise you have to get a new SIM card or all this other kind of crap. But you can only pause it for 6 months. So I'm going to see which one's the better. Oh, well, I'll be in Rhode Island at that time. Probably. How long are you staying? How long are you staying up there? I'm at 4,380 elevation in Oregon, so 60. Oh, low of 30 and below. Oh, God, that's cold. Oh. I was in San Jose. Yeah, I lived in Redwood City, Foster City, Hayward, San Leandro, and Livermore. Those are the areas in the Bay Area that I used to live in. And then I moved to LA, to actual like LA City downtown. And then I was in Pasadena for a while. And then I moved to New England. Scratch the downward. Scratch with downward with fingernails. It's soothing, but it's not breaking up your skin. Yeah, that's a good idea. I tried ice. I tried everything, but man, those suckers, whew, they get in you, man. And I might actually have some allergic reaction to it because it's like I get welts, like literally welts on my skin. Just not ready to buy Starlink equipment. Yeah, $700. It's a chunk. It ain't no lie. And now they've got the 3rd gen, which is a flat panel. Now I've heard that those aren't as good as the 1st and 2nd gen, which are the dish ones. I heard the flat panels are not good at all. So I'm still up in the air about upgrading. If mine still works, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I never even thought, this way. You still get the scratch, but you don't break the skin. Yeah, 300 monthly. No, I'm in a city. So, I mean, I pay 120 and it's unlimited. I've been gaming, I've had my TV, I had my Ring cameras, I had my Blink cameras for when I'm away, so I can talk to the dogs, my computer, this, that, and the other thing. It's all been on Nomad Internet. You're allowed 10 devices and it's unlimited. I've never had a problem. I've never had, it's always been the same amount. But it's $120. It's expensive, but I get to take it with me and I don't have to change numbers. So wherever I am, it's going to be the same. So it's just working off of cell towers, but at a lower frequency than regular cell phones. So it's on a different bandwidth. Because when you think of radio signals, there are different bandwidths to a signal. So I'm not on cell phone bandwidth. I'm on more like radio bandwidth. So it's kind of nice. Oh, thanks. You no, no, I have a pause. I'm a pause. It's just weird. Thank you, Lisa. Was transitioning from car. Could you could hear you say hi? Hi. I did say hi. Had T-Mobile for 10 and turned the box back in. Was definitely too. Yeah, I had Suddenlink, which then was Optimum. And Optimum bought out Suddenlink, and I was paying $70 a month, but outages, too slow, not reliable, that kind of stuff. I just said, to hell with this shit. Now, granted, I'm paying $120, but again, it's more mobile for what I needed in van life, because I don't have to look for another carrier or another phone number or this or that. Goes with me. So it is the roaming one. So I got the roaming plan, so I could, wherever I am, it's going to be the same password, same everything. It just connects right up. So that's what that's why I'm paying a little bit more. But I've never had a problem. Yay! Always helping everybody out. In case mosquitoes. I know, right? Exactly. Yeah, right. We can't figure it out. My son and my father, my mother and I, the four of us were camping one day. Now, my mom and I were on one side, and my son and my father were on the other. It was a pop-up tent. My mom and I were eaten alive. We woke up the next morning, and our hands, our face, everything, it looked like we had chicken pox. And my father and my son, nothing. Not even one bite. They all came to us, the two of us, and we just were bitten up from head to toe. It was insane. I'd pay $120 if it works good. Yeah, I mean, so far I'm pretty happy with it. I used it in Quartzsite. I used it, where else did I use it? I can't remember. On the way back from Quartzsite, I know I was playing video games in a truck stop. I mean, in Love's parking lot, I was sitting there playing Xbox, and using the Nomad internet. But I haven't tried it at Dasherville because I needed it here at the house because it has my alarms on it. So this will be interesting to see what it is when I get to home base. See y'all, I can't hear anymore. Charlotte came in. Oh, thank you, Rose. Okay, yes. Take it easy. Take it easy. Charlotte is the individual that she is staying with. Was in the bush here one time, and the mozzies were so bad. I had to hide the metal water. Hide in a metal water tank. Had a hammer, and it bent over their stingers. It didn't work, but I woke up. Yeah. Hide in a metal water tank. I had a hammer, and if they bit through the metal, good luck. If they bit through the metal, woo boy, Man. But I woke up. They're serious. They are not lying. You're not lying. 3 miles away. Right? Right? Then you woke up. Yeah, right? Seriously. They're bad. Well, and like I said, we've had the flooding, in south of Houston. Luckily, I live north of Houston. So the flooding mostly happened down south of Houston, or they were around the San Jacinto River, which went through Conroe, but it was south of Conroe. So where I live, which is northern part of Conroe, I had no issues, thank goodness. I don't live near a lake. I don't live near a river. Nothing overflowed. Both properties were good. Even though there was a lot of standing water around, it never got to the height of my building or even close to my building. So when I built it up, I did it right. So it was high enough so I wouldn't have to worry about any of that. I am in a 500-year floodplain, so my properties were higher than normal, than the regular water line. So I'm lucky in that fact. But it still has a lot of standing water because the drainage, the culvert either got, too many leaves or mud or whatever. So we have to dig them out again. We have to retrench the culverts and everything so it drains properly into the city culvert in the front. Did not have mosquitoes. Yeah, California. I didn't, as I recall. Yeah, I don't remember seeing any in LA as bad as it is here in Texas. That's for sure. They found me. I mean, they're not as bad as they are in Texas. Okay, they're there. I mean, I'd maybe get 1 or 2 or 3 bites during the summer, but for the most part, I mean, when I was in Pasadena, I didn't get bit a lot, and I worked at the airport too, so I was close to the ocean enough, but and I was outside working for FedEx on the air on the tarmac, so I didn't get bit up there because most of the FedEx airport facility is open bay because they're moving containers and things like that for the planes and the trucks. So I don't remember being it, but here, oh man, they'll have you for dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I agree with you. Ugh. I didn't think they had. I never got even bit. Went to Oakland. I sit next to her and the Mozzies get her, right? Ugh. We're probably blood. And they leave you alone. It's either there or much rum in too much rum in your system. Yeah, well, that could be too. They don't like alcohol. Maybe I'm just too sweet. I don't know. Oh my Lord. Oh, cracking me up. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much the top of the hour. That's what's happened. I mean, this whole week has been moving accounts, closing accounts, getting last days, moving it to the new property, getting spray foam insulation. The electric guy came out. I had stained and sealed the concrete flooring. Tomorrow, we're actually moving. The moving truck gets here. And today, I am a day behind because I like to get the footage and then look at the footage and to make my 1 minute short for y'all. So tomorrow will be the final boxing and clearing out of the house. Video will be tomorrow, and then Tuesday will be the moving truck. Yeah. So I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are basically final cleanings, getting rid of everything, getting all the situations of everything done in the house. And so when Friday morning at 11 o'clock CDT is when I am at the title company where I will sign the house away and get the check or get the monies. So that is basically the rundown. And then as of Friday, late morning, early afternoon, I will be at home base full time. I'm excited and scared, excited, scared, excited, scared, but I'm happy. That's all that matters. Yeah, right. They get drunk. Well, thank you, Shay. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you coming. Blessings to everyone. Yes. Have a nice week and sweet potato dreams. But thank you very much, all you veterans out there. Tim, I know you, especially happy Memorial Day. Please think of all of the soldiers that made the ultimate sacrifice so that our country remains a free country. And thank those veterans who actually took the time, who actually did sign on that dotted line, myself included. And I'm happy to be a veteran. I'm happy to serve my country. And, many blessings to all of the military families out there, both those that serve, those that have served, and those that have supported those that have served. They're just as important as the people who actually serve. So thank you so much to our military families, because, without you, our country wouldn't be the country that it is. So thank you very much. Again, I will make sure that I have the videos, the shorts updated weekly. It's only a minute long, y'all. And that way we can, continue the journey of getting out of a sticks and bricks and moving into a home-based garage for full-time van life. So if you're my moderators, go ahead and drop your links. Rose has been doing a great job by dropping your link. If you're interested, if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I'll go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That helps me out. Also, if you're interested on any of the comments of people that have made comments during my live, go ahead and click on their picture and view their channel and subscribe to their channels as well. We all help each other out. That's what we do. Everyone stay safe. Have a happy Memorial Day. Eat a lot of barbecue. Enjoy your time. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I love y'all. But as always, stop dreaming it and start living it. Bye, everyone. Have a great week. Stay safe out there. Love you all. Bye.